Okay, this is Mr. Renfro, and we are going to go over multiplication models, also known as arrays. And in multiplication models, there's simply two fractions that have been combined into what we call an array. And in this, on the screen currently, you see two models that are separate. Okay, we can have a fraction here on the left, which is 2/5. Then we have a fraction on the right, which is 3/4. Okay, so we have 2/5 and 3/4. Now, when we combine these two, okay, we combine these two, we get one model. Okay, and in this one model, we can still see those fractions. But when we combine them, we can also see the solution. The solution is, how many total blocks do you see here? Well, you now see 20 total blocks. If you sat here and counted all the blocks that are currently here, there's 20. Now, when you combine the pink and the blue together, it made a purple, or some of the blocks purple. How many purple blocks do you see? Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6 out of 20 is the solution to this array or multiplication model. So, Mr. Renfro, you're telling me that you combine these two models, the answer is 6/20. Yes, the answer is 6/20. But what if the model was already combined? In this example, we've already had two colors combined into this multiplication model or array. And what are they? Well, when I teach this, I teach kids, in order to learn the fractions that are in the model, we have to know the difference between columns and rows. So columns go up and down like on the front of a building. So we have one column, two columns, three columns. So that's thirds. Okay. Now rows go side to side. So how many rows do we have here? Well, we've got one row, two rows, three rows, four rows. So the other fraction in this model is fours. Now our numerators, how do we tell what our numerators are? Well, we go back to the columns. How many of these columns didn't have a white block in it? Well, this column doesn't have any white blocks in it. This column doesn't have any white blocks in it. When I go up this column, there's a white block right there. So how many of those columns did not have white blocks? Well, it's 2 out of 3. Same thing for the rows of 4. How many of the rows didn't have white in it? This row has no white. This row has no white. This row has no white, but this row has a white block in it. So how many of those rows did not have a white block? Well, that answer is 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 of those rows did not have white blocks. And when we multiply this, the numerator times the numerator, we get 6. We get 6. And when we multiply the denominator times the denominator, we get 12. So there's 12 total blocks. Now we get the denominator. And then where the blue and the purple meet and make blue here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we get the numerator of 6. Kind of. All right, in this one, we have how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Put it over here, sorry. We have fourths columns. Okay, now how many of those columns did not have white in it? This column had white in it. So how many did? 3 out of 4. And how many of the rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifths. How many of those rows had no white? 3 out of 5. And 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 5 is 20. So the answer or the solution to this multiplication model is 9/20. But what were the two fractions in the model? 3/4 times 3/5. And we see that it's 9/20 because there's 20 total blocks here. And one, excuse me, I missed count. let's go back. I made a little bit of a mistake here. How many of these rows did not have white? This one didn't, and this one didn't. So two. Mistake. Two out of five. Not a mistake. All right, let's try that. Right, now let's multiply. A little bit of a mistake there. Sorry about that. So 6 out of 20 is your solution, not 9 out of 20. And the reason we know that is because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks are shaded twice. I kind of caught myself in a mistake there. So the solution to this multiplication model is 620. 3/4 times 6. I'll try one more here. Do this one. Okay. All right. So how many columns do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 50. Okay. Now how many of those columns did not have any white blocks? 1, 2 of them did this row. This one has white. This one has white. This one has white. So 2 out of 5 did not have white. How many rows do I have white? 1, 2, 3, 4 total rows. But I asked you how many didn't have white, and the answer is only one of those 4 does not have any white in it. This one has white in it, this one has white in it, and this one has white in it. So only one out of the 4 did not have white blocks in it. Okay, so what is the solution to this? Well, 2 times 1 is 2, and 5 times 4 is 20. There are 20 total blocks here, and there are 2 blocks, 1, 2, where yellow and green meet. So your solution is 2 20s. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, and that you understand this a little bit better.